Welcome back to maybe today a little more than a minute with Alan. When I was very young, 5 or 6 years old, I guess, in the very, very congested neighborhood in which I lived, Union City, New Jersey was the most densely populated city in the country, and I believe it still is today, 50,000 people or more in a square mile. On weekends, a guy would come down the block and ring a bell, a big, big bell, like a big cowbell, and on his back, he'd have about 30 pounds or more strapped to his back of a grindstone, a grinding wheel with a little seat attached to it. And the guy was in his late 70s, and he was skinny as could be, and he looked weather-beaten, and he walked with a stoop, as you could understand, and he'd put down his grindstone, he'd ring this bell, and he was the guy who sharpened knives and sharpened scissors. You know, people just throw these out and buy new ones. And so people would look out the window when they heard the bell. They'd send their kids down generally with the knives and scissors, and it was 5 cents a blade. And they'd get things sharp, and that would last for a few months. He'd walk down to the next couple of corners, and he'd do the same thing, and this was his day. And then one weekend, he didn't show up, and no one ever came again to replace him. That was it. I went to a tailor over here the other day who did a very delicate hand repair in about 10 minutes on a very expensive jacket. Works by himself, messy store, but really experienced at what he does. When he goes, there will be no more. When I go, there'll be no more. When you go, there'll be no more. Make the best of it. Life's about personal interaction. You don't replace these things with technology. You've got to live your life and interact with people. Try it.